Hello everyone. In this video, we will go over the basic HTML elements, that is chapter 2.2, and we will practice hands-on how to build HTML code. So let's start with the paragraph tag. The P element creates a paragraph in an HTML document. Without the paragraph tag, HTML finds the text as a whole. So let's see an example. If I create an HTML file, I have a Visual Studio Code over here. So I already had created an HTML file where I say, hey, this is my HTML file. Inside the HTML tag, we have head and body. The head has title Christmas celebration, and the body has header 1 that is, hey, this is Merry Christmas. And header 2 says, the subheading says celebrating the joy of the season. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 paragraphs here. But these paragraphs are defined. I have just written it, but I did not use the P element tag. So I have written it like this, not the P element tag. If I build this and test with the hello world code, this is what happens. So I have the heading 1, Merry Christmas. This is this one, heading 1. And then I have the smaller subheading, celebrating the joy of the season. So H2. But for the paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraph, I don't see the 6th paragraph. Everything is combined together into one paragraph. It is because we are not using the P element or P tag. If we change the code and add P tag, at the end, we complete the P tag. So I say, hey, this is one paragraph. If I reload now, so I have my one paragraph, but rest of it, I will not add P tag, so it still looks the same. So let's do that quickly. I'm adding P tag to all of them. Now I have P tag for each of these paragraph. Now if I reload this, it looks much more better. So I have different P tags. If I look it into a mobile browser, dimension is for iPhone 14 Pro Max. With the inspect element, I can select different dimensions. Now I can see, hey, this is the heading 1, this is the heading 2, and 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, 3 paragraph, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. If I expand the body, it says this is 1 paragraph, this is 2nd paragraph, this is 3rd paragraph, 4th, 5th, 6th paragraph. So I have all the paragraphs here in the P tags. So this is my code. This is the example of P tag. The P element creates a paragraph in an HTML document, and without the paragraph tag, the HTML finds the text as a whole. Now let's learn about white space and line breaks. So within this paragraph, I say Christmas is time of giving, sharing, and spreading love. And then I say, I want this to be a next line within the same paragraph. Families come together to celebrate this joyful holiday, with beautiful decoration, delicious food, with the rest of the spirit of the togetherness. And then I say, I want this to be the next line. And I want space here, symbol of hope, happiness, wild carols, and I have this empty space here. If I save this, if I try to load this in the browser, the P tag, I don't see it in different lines. Although I said, hey, after spreading love, this should show in a separate line, and after happiness with carols, wild carols, there should be empty spaces. I don't see that. And I also don't see after togetherness, it should go on the next line. So here after togetherness, it doesn't go on the next line. What am I missing here? There is a tag to do this, that is BR tag. BR tag is basically break line. Break line gives us next line. So if instead of saying this, I say, hey, I need a line break here. And I need another line break here. And the BR tag, it's a self-closing tag. We don't need to close it. So for H1 and H2, when we say I have to open and I have to close it, BR tags, these are self-closing tags. I don't need to close it. If I save this now and reload now we have those next lines mentioned here. So this is just saying, hey, we have a line here. If I say I want an empty line here, like for the paragraphs that we have empty, so within this paragraph, I want an empty line here. I can use another b tag. That's another line break, and it will create a line break, an empty line. So we learned about BR tags. Now let's look over the section and heading. So for example, this is an article or this is a website for Christmas, but I am wanting a different thing. I want to create an article for all the celebrations that happens around the world, and I want it to be based on different sections. So one thing I can do is I can change this. I have written a code where I have different sections. This is Christmas section, New Year section, Diwali section. So I have the main heading that says holiday celebrations around the world, and then I have different sections for different celebrations. But I did not create the section tag. I just created heading 2 and then paragraph. If I load this, so I have different sections. But if I inspect element, I cannot select one section separately. See, all of them are together. Not together, so I don't have sections defined. The boxes, if I want to say I want to select everything that's about Christmas, I want to select everything that's about New Year's Eve, I can't do that because I did not create sections. So let's change that code. Here, how do we add section for each of these heading 2 and paragraphs? We can have a section tag, open and close. So visually it would look the same. So now it looks, I have this different section tags, section, all of these celebrations like with heading and paragraphs, I have pasted this inside the section tag. If I reload now, visually it looks the same, nothing changed, but now I can select each section individually. And within this section, I have the heading and the paragraphs as well. So this makes the code look more manageable. So I know which section is for what, and then I can modify the code. I want to say, hey, I want to work only with Diwali section, and I can do that based on that. Even if I want to say, hey, I want to have, for each section, I should have a different background color. I can specify New Year's Eve, the background color should be red, Diwali, the background color should be yellow, Eid al-Fitr, the background color should be blue, Chinese New Year, background color should be orange. I can do that with the whole section. And then I can mention, hey, this section should have ID, this, and with this ID, all the section for this section, change the background color. So I don't have to select individually H1 and P's of this and give them ID and change it, but I can just change the section and that would make more sense. So this is an example of section and heading. We have different heading size H1, H2 to H6. Here we have heading 1 where it's the main title, and we have subheadings that's called Christmas, New Year's Eve. So this example shows that, hey, I have the main heading and I have the subheadings. Now let's learn about more HTML elements. EM is for emphasized. The EM element indicates emphasized text, such as text having an emphasized pronunciation when spoken, and it is italicized by default. So I want to say, hey, this looks all the same. I want to highlight some of the text from here and make it more emphasized. Let's do that. So I said, hey, within this Christmas section, When is the Christmas? December 25th. I want it to be emphasized. So I have the EM tag opening and closing, and December 25th is within this. So all the dates I made it emphasized. And also I made like roasted turkey, and then festive atmosphere, all this text emphasized. If I save this and check here, December 25th, now I did not reload it. So previously everything looks same, but if I reload it, now December 25th is italized, roasted turkey, and then what else did we emphasize? Festive atmosphere, here new goals, grapes in Spain, Rangoli, Festival of Lights, Zakat, all of this we made it emphasized. There's another thing that we can do. We can make text bold, that with the strong tag. Strong tag is for importance. The strong element indicates text that has strong importance and is bolded by default. So I say, hey, let's change this code and include some strong tags. So I said, hey, birth of Jesus Christ, that for Christmas, that is strong. So birth of Jesus Christ should go bold. Seafood should go bold. And then here, giving to those in need, this should get bold. So I changed this code. In each section, I have some part of it made it strong, opening strong tag and closing strong tag. And within this prosperity, health, and happiness, this should get bold. If I save this, now if I check the text, I haven't reloaded yet. If I reload, now different parts of the text has been bolded. That's because we use the strong tag over there. Similarly, we have site tags and mark tags. Site element denotes a title such as book or song. So site tag and EM tag is basically the same thing. It basically italicized the tag. For example, if I use site tag, Chinese New Year is known as the Lunar New Year, one of the important tradition. Let's say tradition, I want to cite this. If I reload this, Chinese New Year, traditional, I made this site. So if I reload, now traditional looks italicized. Italicized. And then basically making it italic. And then mark element denotes important content that should be semantically highlighted and is rendered with a yellow background by default. So let's mark something. Diwali, the festival lasts for how many days? Let's say 5 days. I want to mark the 5 days. I say mark. Let's close this mark. 5 days. If I reload Diwali should be celebrated 5 days. Where is it? 5 days. I can't see the 5 days. Let's reload it. I think the mark will, okay. Yeah, reload it, and for 5 days, this is marked now. It makes the background yellow, so it is marked. This is the use of mark tag. Similarly, we have more like B for bold, I for italic. We can use bold or italic as well. U for underscore, we can underscore different parts of the text. The celebration lasts for 15 days. Let's say I want to underline the 15 days. If I reload, say this Chinese New Year is celebrated 15 days, whereas this is 15 days. If I reload, I used underline tag. Now it is underlined. So these are different text formatting elements. We can use EM, site, strong. These are the elements. This is HTML example, how to use them and how it is rendered in the browser. This is shown here, and what is the semantic meaning of those elements. Now let's look over comments. An HTML comment is a portion of the document that is not displayed by the browser. A comment begins with this character, and then whatever you want inside the comment, and ends with this. Okay. Ends with this. Web developers sometimes use comments to leave notes for themselves or others, or to tell the browser, ignore the part of the document. A common error is trying to put a comment inside another comment. So let's look over the comments. For example, I want to change whatever is written in Eid al-Fitr, but I don't want it to be shown by other people. So how do we start it? We start the comment by saying, hey, I want to start a comment. It starts. Now, whatever I write, it could be inside this comment. Eid al-Fitr document is incomplete. I will write later hashtag to do. I need to do this later on. I save this. Now, if I look up it in the browser, above Eid al-Fitr, nothing is showing. So it doesn't show in the browser. If I inspect the element, I can see the comment here in the inspect element, but it is not shown. This section is shown, this section is shown, but the comment, it is not showing up in the browser. So it's just for us, for the developers. I can also write a comment like, author, I wrote this entire document, so that's my name. I can use control and slash together to make it a comment. I don't have to type it manually. So the author, Wardul Hassan, that's me. And for example, I want to say, hey, New Year's Eve, this section, I don't want it right now. This has some error. I will work on it later on. So I can comment on this whole New Year's Eve section, and this will not show in the browser. So New Year's Eve, now it is there. If I have commented it out, now New Year's Eve is not showing up in the browser. And I wrote the author name, that's also not showing. It's not supposed to show. But if I inspect element, I can see this section is there, but it's not visible in the browser. And then I fix the text, whatever was wrong with it, and I want to publish it again. I just commented it out and save again. Reload, it shows again in the browser. So this is a good example of comments and how we use comments. Now lists, there are two types of lists, ordered list and unordered list. An ordered list is a sequence of collection of items, usually indented and shown using numbers or letters created with OL element. So for example, I want to say, New Year's Eve, I want to add the ordered list here. So how do we add ordered list? Ordered list starts with OL and then LI elements. And unordered list starts with UL and then LI elements. That's how the lists show. So let's do this. Where is New Year's Eve? This section, I want to change this text, and I have some lists. OL is the thing, this is ordered list, starts here, ends here, and then all the list items. How many items we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 list items, opening and closing. So there are 5 items in this list. This should show up. This is ordered list, so this should be numbered. If I load in the browser, New Year's Eve, here are some of the common New Year's Eve tradition observed around the world, watching the ball drop in Times Square in New York City. Here we use the ball drop in Times Square as bold, that is strong, using a strong tag. And then eating grapes, grapes is italic, that means we use the emphasis tag here, grapes in Spain. So grapes in Spain is italic, where 1 grape is eaten for each stroke of midnight. Eating black-eyed peas for good luck in the southern United States. setting off fireworks and making noise to ward off evil spirits, and making and sharing New Year's resolution to achieve new goals in the coming year. These are the lists that we need to that's well, traditionally observed around the world. So this is an ordered list. Now let's see an example of an unordered list. So unordered list is similar to ordered list, but we start with UL instead of OL. So let's change the Diwali code. Here in this section, I want to add some list as well. So here are some, this is the list. Here are some common ways Diwali is celebrated. Then we have the list started. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items in this list, but this is unordered list. If I reload this, unordered list does not have numbers and it's denoted with these black dots. So here are some common ways Diwali is celebrated: lighting oil lamps or diyas to signify the victory of light over darkness, decorating homes with rangoli made from colored powder or flower petals, setting off fireworks to celebrate the festival, exchanging gifts with family and friends, preparing and sharing sweets and savory snacks, and then performing religious rituals and prayers for prosperity, cleaning and decorating homes to welcome prosperity and happiness. These are some list items that we created for Diwali. Now, if we look at some examples, this is types of ordered list. These are numbers. We can also use, they made an error here. It shouldn't be 1, it should be A, B, C. If we use A, and if we use smaller a, it should be smaller A, B, C. I can't change this here, but it should change. So ordered list can use numbers 1, 2, 3, or type should be A, type or capital A or small a. We can see an example of this. So here we have ordered list, but in the ordered list, we did not define what type it should be. The type is defined within the tag. So type should be, let's say, capital A. And then if I reload this in the browser, instead of 1, 2, 3, it should be ABC. See, this is how it's happening. Let's say I don't want to use capital A, I want to use smaller a. If I save this, it should be smaller A, B, C, D, E. So this is how we make ordered list. And then with unordered list, even with the ordered list, we can use small I or capital I, that is for Roman numbers. So let's see that example as well. Let's use the smaller I. So smaller Roman numbers. Here it should replace with smaller Roman numbers. Here it is. It did. And list items, where we can say unordered list, we can say instead of this round shaped icons, I want square shaped icons. So we can say style list style type square. And also we can say, hey, instead of this, I want alpha beta gamma. So that is lower Greek. List style type is lower Greek. That's for ordered list. But unordered list, we can use square type. We can also have nested list. That means we can have list of items, and within that items, we can have more list of items. An example is this. So we have 2 list items here, that is favorite movies and favorite books. And favorite movies also have ordered list, and favorite books also have ordered list. So the first one is unordered list. In that we have 2 list items. One is favorite movies, another one favorite books. And within these list items, we can have ordered list or unordered list, whatever we want. Like the Princess Bride, Remember the Titans, Moana, and favorite book is To Kill a Mockingbird, to the brothers Karamazov. I don't know what this book is. So yeah, you can have nested list as well. Let's see an example in our code how we can use nested list. Let's change the Eid al-Fitr code to make a nested list. I already prepared the code. I have written it and I'm pasting it here. So what happens here is so Here are the main traditions of Eid al-Fitr, that is special prayer, fasting, feasting, acts of charity, and wearing new clothes. But within this, we have more list items. So ordered list, special prayers. Inside this, Muslims attend special prayers at the mosque in the morning. And these prayers are way to thank Allah for the strength and patience during Ramadan. So Eid happens after Ramadan. They thank their God for that. Feasting, we have more list items here. Families and friends gather to enjoy a festive meal, and meals often include traditional foods such as dates, baklava, and rice dishes. Another list, act of charity. What's in there? We have two more list items. One of the most important aspects of giving zakat, charity. This ensures that those in need can also partake in the celebrations. And wearing new clothes. Inside this, we have, it is common to wear new or special clothes on Eid to symbolize renewal and joy. And this marks the end of Ramadan and the beginning of festive time. So we have list within list in this example. If I reload this, how does it look? Here we have ordered list, special prayers, feasting, acts of charity, wearing new clothes, and then we have more list items within this list. This is nested list. So we tried with the ordered nested list. Now let's try with the unordered nested list as well. So unordered nested list, let's replace the Chinese New Year with the unordered nested list. I prepared something where we have unordered list where fireworks, dragon dance, family reunion, red envelope, these are unordered list, and within this we have more unordered list. Let's see how it looks in the browser. So Chinese New Year, these are the four unordered list. Fireworks, see the unordered list does have different icons to show that this list is nested list within this item. Fireworks are set off to scare away the evil spirits. They are often used at midnight to mark the start of a new year. For dragon dances are performed to bring good luck. These dances are symbol of power, strength, and fortune. Family reunion, families gather for a large reunion dinner on New Year's Eve. This meal is considered the most important family gathering of the year. And then red envelopes. So this is our website for the celebrations, holiday celebrations around the world. That's all for today. So hope you guys followed along and practice. You can practice your own code, and then you can have a website like this in no time.